And it's very powerful. Donald Trump has been making controversial decisions left, right, and center, and no one is remotely surprised. Who is bearing the brunt of it this week? His daughter and political advisor, Ivanka Trump, who repeatedly supports her father's policies when she really should be questioning them. Well, A-list women have had enough, forming a movement to raise awareness and send a clear message. The movement, Dear Ivanka. You have probably heard of it before, with A-listers, from Amy Schumer to Alexa Chung, publishing open letters to the first daughter on their feeds to bring her attention to certain causes, from her father's immigration policies to the treatment of women. This week, the Dear Ivanka movement resurfaced, but this time to talk about the sexual assault allegations against Supreme Court nominee Brett Kavanaugh. Kavanaugh has been a topic of conversation recently after Christine Blasey Ford came forward with a sexual assault allegation against him, with the alleged assault happening when the pair were in high school. Since the allegation was made, there have been calls for Kavanaugh to be dismissed as a nominee, something that Ivanka Trump has reportedly supported behind closed doors. The movement, however, is asking for her to speak out and publicly call for the Kavanaugh's removal, as well as to demand a fair trial for Ford. Dear Ivanka Trump, you've said you are a champion of women's rights. You have an opportunity to fight for women. And Professor Ford receives a fair, trauma-informed investigation by the FBI. Use your access to ensure another abuser isn't seated on the Supreme Court. You don't follow me on social media, but as a public servant, you work for me. You've proclaimed yourself a feminist and champion of women's rights. Right now, you have an opportunity to fight for women. It continues. Use your access to demand that Professor Ford's request for a full, fair, trauma-informed investigation by the FBI be held. Credit. Rex. Earlier this year, Dear Ivanka focused on Trump's immigration policy that separated children from their parents, asking Ivanka to call for the resignation of Secretary Nielsen, the person overseeing the atrocities. Dear Ivanka, you follow me on social media. The post circling the internet begins, shared by Amy Schumer, Poppy and Cara Delevingne, Sophia Amoruso and Alexa Chung. You said family separation was at low point for you. The low point is for the separated families. You spoke in past tense. This crisis is ongoing, the statement continues. As of now, 572 children have not been reunited. A child has died after separation. Approximately 400 parents have been deported without their children. There have been multiple claims of sexual and physical abuse in detention. There have been psychotropic drugs administered to children in detention without parental consent. Rex, these abuses have occurred on your father's watch and under the leadership of Secretary Nielsen. End these racist, inhumane and unconscionable abuses now, with more and more A-list women sharing all these messages to their pages each hour. It looks like Ivanka's going to have a hard time pretending she hasn't seen this on her Instagram feed.